Greetings. I am Sri Master Gano Grills for Galighticus, and today we're going to take a very thorough look at a wonderful new product called Galighticus Ancestor Money. We're going to take a very detailed look at what each and every single one of our 14 notes do in our particular line. There are wonderful benefits that can come by utilizing this modality every single day in the life of your ancestors, and the blessings will come back to you many times fold. Stay tuned. When was the last time you have sent any type of offering of financial support or any kind of supplication to your ancestors? A lot of people are not aware that ancestral drainage is the #1 reason why many people in the world have financial challenges. But by using a product such as this, you can begin to remedy that particular opposition. We have thousands of testimonies from people all around the world who have used our amazing product. We have 14 Galighticus Ancestor notes that are all trademarked, copywritten, and legally as well as spiritually protected by the gods who have given us their permission to utilize a small part of their energy from the wealth streams of the power points that they connect with all throughout the universe. These gods are gods of immense power. Gods are very misunderstood by many human beings on Earth and across the planets. But when you tap into their power, they can do things for you that you cannot do for yourself in 10 or sometimes up to 100 lifetimes. That is why it is so important for us to build a relationship with the gods of wealth. This is a note which is a fairly new addition to the line of Galighticus Ancestor Money, and it's very, very specific. It has lots and lots of power. If you look here, you will see the blue Buddha, who is Vajraguru, and he also is a divine healer. There are many lineages that are in need of divine healing, even when they leave the body and go into the human afterlife. Sometimes when people go into some of these astral planes, they stay there for hundreds and thousands of years because they are still healing from the result of their death or a long debilitating disease, as lots of souls give themselves the permission to have, which in turn gives them the opportunity to close out their affairs with the living relatives of their lineages. This note also is known as the Funery note. It is a 791 Decillion Dinar, which has lots and lots of power. This is also backed by the Bank of Heaven, which belongs to a system of gods that are proprietary to Galighticus. You will see a very interesting version of the goddess known as Fortuna Prayanestina. And she also is a god of extreme wealth, fortune, luck, and beauty. She has also lent her energy to this. If you look closely, you will see there are vaults here, private jets, mansions, gold blocks, as well as silver blocks. You have a very sacred mantra that is on the back that you can look at in your mind and send the benefit and the blessing of that particular mantra directly to your ancestors. Anpu or Anubis, he is also the one that takes the energy of the dead onto their journey in the underworld or the duat. Burning this note as an offering to Anubis or Vajraguru will also alert them to the need of your ancestors. This is a transcension generation, afterlife support, ancestral liberation. Transition is a facility that lots of humans that do not have divine backing don't have the support of. We have resurrection, ascension, death, but transcension is something that all ancestors would like to have, and all of the newly dearly departed. The best way to use its utility is when someone of your loved one, friends, or someone that you are acquainted with leaves this life and is a dearly departed. You can burn one of these for 7 days straight. It will help them to cross over into the next life, because crossing over into the next life takes a sufficient amount of energy. Instead of burning bodega candles and having candlelight vigils, this act of burning the Decillion Dinar is 2 million times more powerful than any vigil that you can do, in any candle that you could burn. And the ancestors will be very, very happy that you have cared enough about their memory to distribute this to them. Our next note is a medium-sized note, and this one is also from the Bank of Heaven. And this is a very specific note that promotes karmic ratification. What does that mean? Karmic ratification is the erasure of negative karma. All humans who live on earth have a very fair degree of negative karma that needs to be ratified. This is a 48 quadrillion pound note. This has a very large degree of finances that you will send directly to your ancestors. Our next note that I would like to review is donned by none other than the goddess of compassion herself. This is an 844 Decillion pound. If you look on the bottom, you will see the series of zeros that are associated with its wealth. It's really quite powerful. We also have the image of the Amitabha Buddha, which is known as the celestial Buddha of the Pure Lands. And he creates infinite light. This also has an image of a beautiful lotus blossom that belongs to Kwan. And by utilizing this, you are also sending the divine offerings to the gods themselves. Yes, you may use this as a divine offering to your divine parents, or to the gods that you have a divine relationship with. You may also utilize this note if you would like to build a bridge or rapport, or you would like to have a boon from one of the gods in the particular universe. There is no better way to show the gods that you are capable of getting their attention. How else would you do that unless you have a very large denomination? And this is known as the golden gun. It's very, very powerful. And it is a 24 septillion pound, which is a staggeringly large denomination. If you look on the front, you will see the image of a gold key, which is actually a cosmic beacon. Some say an Ankh. It bridges the gap between life and death. Here at Galighticus, we believe in ancestral worship because the ancestors hold the key to your tomorrows. They also are able to get into the places, the dreams, to make agreements with people that you would like to do business with, or they can change the very circumstance of your limitation and your financial challenges and oppositions. This particular note also has the energy on the bottom, as you can see, of pure gold. It is built into the actual denomination. It also has the energy of silver. Silver and gold are two commodities that are very precious to the ancestors, and the gods appreciate the adornment of its physical and celestial properties. So on the right-hand side, you will also see the heart weighing ceremony with none other than Tahuti, Ammit, Anubis, or Anpu, and Heru. It is their job to observe the weighing of the hearts of the dearly departed and the newly dead as they go into the gates of the Duat and stand before the gods and give a thorough account of their lives on earth. When you look at the gods of the Duat, they have a very specific job to do, and they have to measure and weigh the energy of the heart, which is the conglomeration and the sum total of your doings, thoughts, and actions right here on earth. By utilizing this, you are sending the energy of that ceremony to your ancestors who may not have gotten it right the first time and who may have actually failed at this ceremony. The energy of this goes directly to all of your ancestors who need assistance in that arena. And there also is a very specific word of power that adds to the diligence, persistence, and the connectivity of being able to reach all of the ancestors from your lineages that need its support. On this note present, if you look, you will see the goddess Mut. You will also see the goddess Auset, or some say Isis. This has the spirit of Anpu, and we also honor him by putting Anej Her Ek Anpu. It's one of the death gods, or the gods that assist all humans that die and cross over into the underworld. You will actually see his face. Some people have dreams of Anpu. And they ask me what that means. I say that it is an opportunity for you to gain his attention. And if you see him in your dreams, we may be preparing you and letting you know that it is time for your eventual departure here from Earth. It is not something that you should take lightly or ignore. By burning this and the other notes that he happens to be upon, you can let him know that you're not really ready to go yet. Also, if you look on the back, you have the image of Anku Jab Seneb right next to the god Lord Thoth or Jehuti. We also have a very powerful proclamation on the back of the Anuk Hau note, which means I am wealthy. This is something that the ancestors who you burn this particular note will say unto you. It will make them wealthy. It also says, thus thy name shall be written into the book of the eternal. It's a very powerful act of love that you can give to your ancestors, dearly departed, or friends of yours who are in a very precarious situation. On the back of this note, it says, to all ancestors known and unknown, may you arrive in the divine realms of the eternal. So this is a very powerful petition that petitions for the gods to release any of the humans who are in the afterlife and elevate them to a higher condition and a higher station in life itself, in the human afterlife, which would be the divine world, and hopefully maybe one day in the divine eternal realms of existence, which is where the divine paradise worlds exist. And this is the Sahu Sekhmet edition. Here, you will also see the image of Jehuti, or Lord Thoth, and this is 333 quinquintillion pounds, which is a very, very large number. It is so large that it actually takes up 3 rows on the bottom of this denomination. It helps to repair ancestral chaos within the lineages. What exactly does that mean? There are many people on the planet who are a byproduct of incest, a byproduct of rape. Therefore, their very existence disturbs the lineages that are in opposition to the action that forced their existence to be onto this planet. When we utilize this, we are sending the energy of this note directly into where the conflict within the lineages happen to be. When there is an ancestral lineage chaos, it creates a financial conflict in the life of the one who has been born through this arrangement. So the consistent use of this over time will liberate the soul from the opposition of the financial challenges that sometimes it has had for its entire life. It is very important to understand that the ancestors of which you all have lots of power in and over your life. It is not a very well understood topic that is taught here in the West of just how important your ancestral offerings are. I'm going to give you a very brief example. If you go to the Galighticus Facebook group, you will see there, and also on Galighticus.com, we have a very, very wonderful array of testimonies that have come in from people all around the world who have utilized this amazing product of Galighticus Ancestor Money. They talk about quite specifically what it has done for them. There are people that have had dreams of their friends, loved ones, dearly departed, people who have committed suicide, people who have died in horrible accidents. Sometimes they actually come to an individual and the person won't say anything. The soul will just simply want to get the attention. What they will see is that you have the energy of knowledge, of knowing about something that can benefit them. If you continue to burn Galacticus Ancestor Money, you can complete something called Ancestral Lineage Liberation. What does that mean? It means that you have arrested all of the old debt from all of your ancestors from both lineages. What happens is it exhausts every single financial challenge that you have ever had. How do we know this? We know this because everyone has certain things that they want to bring into the material world. There are some people in the world that will never know what it is to be a millionaire or a billionaire. But when you give offerings to your ancestors on a considerable, consistent, diligent basis, it begins to make those things possible. It is not about how hard you work. It is about how often and how much you care about your ancestors that will determine your tomorrows and your financial future. I am Sri Master Gano Quills for Galighticus, and I hope that you will explore the world of unlimited possibilities and give a better consideration as to what the ancestors can do for you. But it's really about what you are willing and what you should be doing for your particular ancestors. You would not be here without their genes, without their talent, and without their existence. Why not give them a tribute? Why not keep the loving relationship with your grandfather, your parents, your grandmother, your cousins, your relations that you were related to by blood alive, by giving them a wonderful tribute that they actually will benefit from. I am Sri Master Gano Grills for Galighticus, and I thank you for watching.